Lovable has evolved fast. What started as one of the first AI app builders on the market is now a full development platform with backend infrastructure, AI features, security tooling, and even reusable automation. But most people are still using it like it's 2025. So I put together a video of the 5 lovable skills you need to succeed with Lovable in 2026. These 5 tips are going to change the way that you build with Lovable. The number one mistake that people make is using vague prompts. Lovable has a feature to help you with this, but it's still a really big problem and can cause worse outcomes than if you're using more detailed prompts. It can also save you credits so you don't have to keep iterating with more AI prompts later on. I'm going to give you a template that I use that I think will help you a lot when building with Lovable or any AI app tool, is giving these 5 features of information to the Lovable app builder. The first is the roles needed. So this is going to be whether you need like admin, user, logged out, user, whatever roles that you need. The audience, so who this is for, who should be using the app. What specific features do you need? Data model, these are like the specific things that you need to save. So for example, if you are building an app that tracks exercises, you would want to say, okay, we want to track the exercises specifically that we're tracking. That could be helpful to include as well. And then the design direction. You can also go into Claude or ChatGPT and kind of try to flesh out these 5 points, but based on your app idea before we go into Lovable. One other thing that you can do with Lovable is select plan mode, plan and discuss before building. And this is going to help refine this even more. But if you go in with more information, you're going to get a better outcome. The next thing you need to know is lovable skills. So lovable skills, yes, Lovable has a feature called skills, are accessed through your settings, and then you go to skills on the left side of customization. So skills are reusable instructions that your agents can apply whenever they're working. Skills let you save how things should be done so the agent gets it right without being told twice. You can import skills from GitHub or a URL, or just describe a skill in the chat. You can trigger a skill using the / command. So the / command, or Lovable will activate it automatically when it's relevant. So it'll automatically do it, but if you definitely know you need to use it, you can use the / command. And then you can also share skills with a team. So you can create skills inside of the app, but you can also use these skills, for example, which were built by Lovable and ready to use whenever you want, automatic. So there's SEO review, for example, skill creator. So this is to create a new skill. Video creator, create animated videos programmatically. And that's the one I'm going to show you now, actually. And I'm going to show you what I mean by Lovable is just able to know how to use it. And this is also showing you that Lovable is not just a website creator. So we can do the / command and select video creator, or I can just say, create me a video intro for my NoCode MBA YouTube channel. And I shouldn't have to do anything else. I can even just go straight to build mode just to see what happens really quickly. So here in the plan mode, we can see it's researching the NoCode MBA brand first and then designing a polished intro. This is really cool. I can see that it's setting up Remotion, which is basically a framework that you can use to create video. So it's cool that I can see it's doing all of this using the skill that it has about creating videos. Okay, so it says the video is ready. So if we go into our files here and we see videos, we can see on the right side the video that was generated. So let's see this. So it animates in, it's a 6-second video. We have a little hovering icon on the top. Really great. And it did that just by looking at our brand colors, looking up NoCode MBA and generating the video. And then if we build a website, it could integrate this video into the website because it's in our files here. So this is how you can kind of use Lovable both as something that's more than just a website builder. So that's just one skill that you should be aware of. The next thing you need to know about Lovable is Lovable Cloud. And this brings us to the sponsor of today's video, Supabase. Supabase is a platform that allows apps to easily add a backend database, user authentication, storage, and much more. It powers Lovable Cloud on every Lovable app that uses Lovable Cloud, and it powers these Lovable Cloud features, including database, user authentication, and storage. What this allows us to do is have an app that people can log into, and then you can choose different types of login, including Gmail, email, and actually a lot of others that Supabase powers. And then it also has a backend database. So each user can save individual information. So here's a calorie counting app that we created, and we can see that as I logged in, I see my information and other users can log in and see their own information. And that's all powered by Supabase and Lovable Cloud. And you can see here in the database, we can see we have meals. And this is in my meal that I tested here, my user ID. And this is the information that was uploaded. So this is all saved to the database through Lovable Cloud. So you need to know that Lovable has these features for database user authentication, so you can have a fully functioning full stack app. And you need to know that it is powered by Supabase. So thank you, Supabase, for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description to go to Supabase and learn more about it. A little bit more about Lovable Cloud before we move on to the next skill is that you don't need to create a Supabase account to use it. Supabase is just powering it in the backend, so there's zero setup. This allows you to build so many different types of apps, everything from social apps to community apps, inventory systems that you're using internally inside your business. Anything that needs user authentication plus data plus storage can be powered by Lovable Cloud. This is the skill that turns Lovable from a prototyping tool into a real builder. But there's one more thing that you can layer on top of it that most people don't know about, and that is building AI functionality inside of your app, which can also be done inside of Lovable without any setup. You don't have to connect to OpenAI separately. And we can see this here in the AI tab of Lovable Cloud, where you can track your usage, and it's all done through the credit system of Lovable. So you don't have to set up anything separate. So to show you this, we're going to test this app that I built with Lovable previously. We're going to basically estimate the calories, and you can see it's analyzing and it's using the AI functionality that's built into Lovable. It was able to detect what it was, add the calories, and save it to the backend database. So this is integrating AI functionality with the database functionality. We just went from a UI to a full stack app to an AI powered app, and we haven't left Lovable or written a single line of code. But the last skill is the one that actually saves your app when things go wrong. And this is the most exciting part of Lovable that I think I'm sharing today. It's that Lovable can now create subagents that research, explore, and search your projects in parallel. This is the skill that separates the power users from everyone else. Here's an example and why Lovable added subagents. So on large projects, Lovable could have felt slow in the past. You'd send a message, and it would take a long time to get that result. With subagents, what can happen is the main agent can send the subagent a prompt or a task to say, hey, go research our code base in these 5 areas and then come back and tell us what you found. And then the main agent can use that information to decide what to build next. This can save a lot of time instead of having to wait for Lovable to individually search the code base one at a time. But it can also be used when you're creating new features. So here's a really good example that we're going to test out in a second. I want to redo my pricing page, send subagents to research what makes a great pricing page work, and have another look at my current page to see what's landing and what isn't. So this is a really great one because it's going to send 5 subagents or however many subagents to go do research, come back, instead of doing it one at a time. So it's really great for these types of research tasks. So I'm going to send this off, except for I'm going to do it for the home page instead of for the pricing page in the example. And here we can see multiple subagents going at the same time. One is researching landing page principles, and one is auditing current landing page. And it's actually really cool to see this happening in real time. And here we can see the updates that it made, and it definitely looks a lot better already. Before, it was really just this one top section, and now it has a full page that it created with copy that is really pretty good, and it used this research that it did. So these are just ways to get better results, whereas if we didn't ask to do subagents or it didn't have this feature, then the results just wouldn't be as good. So those are the 5 Lovable skills and tips that you need to know in 2026 to get the most out of the platform. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more free content like this. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video.